We are providing only 20% video as a part of promotion. For remaining 80%, that is 6 to 8 articles, current affairs video, NCERT videos and general studies complete videos, please subscribe to our complete package. 1. India collaborates with Japan on Andamans project. GS Paper 3, Infrastructure. Why recently in news? India and Japan are in talks to collaborate on upgrading civilian infrastructure in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The first project being taken up is a 15-megawatt diesel power plant on South Andaman Island. By opening talks with Japan, India is shifting on its long-standing policy of rejecting foreign investment on the strategically important and sensitive islands. What driven India and Japan to come together? An Indian archipelago seen as a critical asset to counter China's efforts to expand its maritime reach into the Indian Ocean. China's increasingly assertive behavior in the East and South China Seas and its simultaneous pursuit of civilian port infrastructure along the Indian Ocean littoral has driven New Delhi and Tokyo closer together. Thus China's project would be answered by a more decentralized, local but organic response. Significance of the project. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are northwest of the Strait of Malacca, offering control of a so-called choke point that is one of China's greatest marine vulnerabilities. The new collaboration is also testimony to the unfolding relationship between India and Japan, which is also funding a $744 million road building project in the northeastern Indian border regions of Mizoram, Assam, and Meghalaya. It would enhance India's connectivity with countries that were members of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations or the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. Strategic significance of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands, located in the Bay of Bengal, northwest of the pivotal maritime choke point at the Strait of Malacca, are an immensely valuable geopolitical asset for India. Particularly as India looks to act east and play an increasingly more visible role in the eastern Indian Ocean and beyond, the islands are significant. The islands host an Indian Tri-Service Command, the first of its kind, positioning them as an important outpost for the Indian military. The way forward for India. The Japan's assistance in developing the islands has drawn less attention than the effort that China calls One Belt, One Road, a network of roads, railways and ports intended to link China to the rest of Asia and to Europe. But the move fits logically into the web of strategic projects taking shape as Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi enters into closer relationships with Japan, Australia and the United States, as well as regional powers like Vietnam, to counter China's growing influence. 2. Spray-on coating may ice-proof airplanes, windshields. GS Paper 3. Achievements of Indians in Science and Technology. Why recently in news? A team of researchers led by Indian-American scientists has developed an ice-repellent spray-on formula that is durable, inexpensive with a rubber touch added to it. It could make ice slide off equipment, airplanes or car windshields with only the force of gravity or a gentle breeze. Ice sheet can be downright dangerous on an airplane, a wind turbine or a power line. How does ice cause a plane to crash? Ice typically builds up when tiny cloud droplets impact and freeze on the leading edges, or front surfaces, of the plane. Ice reshapes the surface of the lift-producing parts of the airplane, the wings and the tail. That roughness is enough to change the aerodynamics of the wing such that there's more drag on less lift. The amount of lift a wing creates depends on the relative angle that the airstream has to the airfoil. As you increase that angle, the angle of attack, you generate more and more lift. But at some point air cannot flow over upper surface, and you have aerodynamic stall. This can lead to a temporary loss of control. How did the researchers make discovery possible? During their experiments, the researchers noticed that the rubbery coatings worked best for repelling ice, even when they weren't water repellent. Eventually, they discovered that the rubbery coatings repelled ice because of a phenomenon called interfacial cavitation. Nobody had explored the idea that rubberiness can reduce ice adhesion. The team also found that by slightly altering the smoothness and rubberiness of the coating, the degree of ice repellency and durability can be fine-tuned.